Okay guys, I'm going to be attempting to do Yoshi's Crafter World all front sides any percent. And because of what how this video didn't start really well, we'll try this again. Hopefully this time it'll be better. Outside meaning all regular levels with front sides in them. Just a test. Okay. Now I got the hang of it. Okay. I can finally start the run! Hooray! This took quite a long time to get. Few attempts. But now I pretty much want to finish the run no matter what because no one's actually done this category yet. So until something's set up, it's a free world record. Just want to get some competition stirring, but yeah, any of the top runners are able to beat this pretty easily since this is quite an easy category. It's one of the only categories that doesn't require flowers or collectibles to complete. Yes, I know all the tricks, so I'm going to be doing all of those. So, one thing that I've been, heard of is, the bosses don't count, it's just all front sides, and I can't do levels out of order, so I actually have to go in order. I'm hoping this works. I hope this is in order. There's a trick to get up top here, but it's so hard. Only got it on practice, and it seems random whether it works or not. It only saves about 5 seconds or so though, so I'll just continue to run like normally. Good. Whoops. That wasn't too bad, at least I didn't die. I'm still not sure how to do this. I'm playing this with a craft. I'm not sure if it's allowed or not. It is New Game Plus, so I'm pretty sure it is allowed. Nice quick hit. I don't like doing that quick hit the normal way, so I kind of just mash it out. Because I get so many eggs to play with anyways. So it's better to just do that. Good. Okay, I'm staying in order. Good. This one's really tricky, but I don't reset if I miss it. There's a specific trick, though, that I have to do, though. Whatever. Need more eggs than this if I'm going for this skip. First try. Very good, okay. That's one of the tricky parts out of the way. Very good level. This Owlskuller feels so weird without doing the good strategies. I guess if I have a choice to like go for flowers or whatever, I'll just get the lowest amount of flowers and see if that saves me any time. So I'll just try and clear everything in the front. This Owlskuller feels so weird not being in any percent, considering you usually just get all the flowers in here. The many times we're not doing that. There are some things we still need to hit out of the way. Some that are actually really... There are some that are absolutely required. Darn it, wasting time. That's good. It's kind of tricky to do fast. It's even more confusing. It's all so confusing when you're not getting all the flowers in it. Maybe like 3 seconds save, but nothing much. Besides, I can't do it there. I would have to do it in the other courses instead. Alright. I kinda wasted time there on purpose, so I could have more opportunities to do this trick right here. Whoops, forgot to push the thing again. Alright, good. That's the hardest part of the run, probably. To be honest, I don't care anymore. That doing that whole thing is about a minute compared to like just getting hit by a plant. That's still very dumb, and I probably means someone could take world record for me with that. Maybe I would have gotten the world record if I didn't have that, but what I talk about, it's free world record at least for a while. If I had a goal, it'd probably be sub 2 hours. Alright. I'm trying to avoid getting any flowers and see if that will save myself a little bit of time at the end. Probably. Yes. But not much though. If anything, probably won't save much time. Yeah, feels so weird trying to dodge all the flowers here. I don't care as long as I avoid that flower. It's a very hard damage boost to avoid. Wait, fair. Annoying part potentially coming up here. At least I got it before the already retreated. Another very hard damage boost to avoid. Alright. I kind of failed that trick the last time I did that. Nice to see that I got it. That saves a good chunk of time, about maybe 30 seconds to a whole minute, depending on how fast you get the error magnet. But yeah, that part normally requires you to get an error magnet. We obviously don't have time for that, so just do another egg bounce. The run's done. So assuming this route is correct, then I have to go up and then down before I go to the middle. Basically in the order the world's labeled. You don't need to get eggs to finish this level, but they could be useful for some jumps later. I think it's more like a defense than an actual, I guess. Had to wait a little bit there. Still ended up taking a different damage boost elsewhere. Unless I'm correct, this is the first speedrun someone has done where the craft is actually on the entire time. I feel like it's more beneficial, at least if it's allowed. I'm not sure. They never stated in the rules whether it's allowed or not, so I basically just use it because that's what I'm used to using. It allows for a lot more damage boosts, but probably the most helpful it'll be in is 100%, if anybody ever does that. Because 100% is so easy to make quite a bit of mistakes, so yeah. Okay, good, I skipped all the flowers. Good level overall. This one's probably the easiest one to do. It doesn't require any egg bouncing. Oh, I can't skip the hard one. I accidentally get that every time because of the checkpoints. Depending on the way this one goes, though, I could skip all the flowers here. Potentially. But this is one of the only ones I could potentially do this in. Yeah, this minigames looks so weird not doing the normal strategies for them. Instead, we like do our strategies. These will probably be the weirdest strategies anybody's ever done, because this is a front sides any percent. This means you don't have to actually get all the flowers. There was another category like this that requires all the flowers. Oops, I accidentally got one anyway. I don't care, obviously. It's mainly, I believe, the edge ones or heart ones that waste time. Yeah. I need quite a bit of moles to defeat in order to get everything done, so I can still defeat a couple of them. I just don't want to get any of the goals because getting the flowers is slow. Again, this level looks so weird without doing 100% in it. There was an easy level before in this category. This is probably the easiest one in the entire category. Yes, the red coin fire, because I did 100%, automatically collects itself, but I don't think that really affects the time. I'm sure if someone wanted to go in and just not get all the coins, who knows, I guess they could do that, but that's about it. I like how those guys still keep running in the background. So when they reach the end, they finally burrow back in. That looked like it saved time. But it doesn't really save much. I think it's like 1 or 2 seconds or so. Maybe even like 1 or 2 frames. Okay. I haven't skipped any levels yet. I can't go out of order at all. Which seems kind of, fierce. Darn it. I don't like the bombs in this particular part. They damage you even though you have a shield on. I need to remember that and try and jump on them. Okay, good. This is kind of tricky to do, right? Because you have to trigger it, and once you get enough room to bounce on a thing, you have to move backwards to avoid getting bounced back. Nothing's really a major time save except for dying anywhere. Like, once again, assuming I don't get red, which would waste like 5 seconds at most. If I do everything perfect, this is yet another boring level. The only hard part is at the end, and I've learned a good strategy to do it every time. Those plants are the main menace, not the actual guy. That's kind of silly that I got hit by him. I don't really care. I think it's only the heart one that really wastes time anyways. That's the last level of this particular area. Another boring level, except for one little thing at the end. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do to avoid the bonus thing this time. It's very hard to avoid because of a point crush that gets forced to you at the end. I'll just keep it in the middle and see what happens. Just kidding. The only required egg shot comes at the very end of the level. Like I said, because it gets forced to you, I don't think there's ways to avoid the heart one, so even if we did a specific one, it'd be too hard to do otherwise anyway. Well, that's one way of doing that. See, they give you 3 sets of hearts. Okay, good. It's actually a lot more trickier than I thought. I had to focus a little bit to skip the flower there. And that's made for the time say at the end here, because it has to count up all the flowers before it goes. So getting all 3 is technically really slow. But not by much. This one normally has a most insane skip ever. This is where I said this might be taken from me. Even if I get everything perfect, if someone knows how to do the trick at the end of this one to skip Poochie, then world record is free for them. Well, if I get everything, then it's not necessarily free. It'll be kind of hard because of this level. I don't really care about skipping this particular section with Poochie. It's almost just as fast to use him. At least I skipped that part. Since I'm going for Poochie... Yeah. This is another level where I thought the first time I played it, Poochie was absolutely required. Because of all the lava in the area, even if you skip that part, Poochie is required for this anyways. So, anyways, the trick involves right back there. It skips that long wait you saw there, which I normally have to do with Poochie. It requires a lot of eggs, though. It requires 1 egg shot just to get up on the thing. Another one, and then several more near the edge of the lava while fluttering very carefully. I was able to get over to the area to attempt it once, but that's it. I only ever attempted it once. It seems way too hard for me. Because of that. Anybody knows how to do that will take World Record. If they get that with at least a half decent run. That's one way of doing this, but still very hard to do. Not what I wanted. Yeah, even in this category, it's very hard to get a perfect run. Whatever, I'll wait. Not the best cycle there. This one doesn't require any egg bounces or eating at all when you do it in the 90%. But I still am not able to get the thing. I also mostly don't care about the levels because of the craft section I had. The only time someone could save with that is to take 1 intentional damage and not have that. I could see that, but even then that already wastes time to do and saves, what, like 1 second? It's better to just do everything perfect. Also, I'm pretty sure I did the level correctly. Yeah, that was the last one. This one's looks really cool when you don't suck like me. Please get up there. My nose. Pretty sure there's a way to avoid that, but it's very difficult. I almost did it though. Okay. Even if I avoid the 100 coin timer thing, because of the way I get hard so fast. Yeah, so unless I, of course, play without a craft, which I don't like because I want to make sure this is a good run. Okay, that's one way of doing that. I was forgetting which one I had to use. It was this one right here. I didn't catch the good cycle on it, but oh well. There are some levels that I've straight up never practiced. I can already see there being a faster way to do the trick section, but the last time I saw that, that was just used to get a flower a little bit earlier, and I was in 90%. So okay, I haven't skipped any levels yet. Please, I didn't see that guy. Please, stop hitting. I did not hit that guy. Come on, game. It's either that or run up to the guys up top. That part's probably the most annoying one of them all to dodge. It's coming from there. I'm pretty sure you can dodge him, obviously. It's just that I don't know how to. If I was playing in any percent run, this would definitely be a big reset level because I would take so much damage in it. This level has a lot of intentional damage boosts to go faster. Not that one, though. So we do skip Poochie's first section or so. But that's only for like just fun on the first part. I still have to wait for him on that section. Okay, that's a nice one there. Ooh, I actually skipped that. I wasn't even meaning to do it that way, but whatever. I almost always take damage there, so that's an improvement. Now I use them to get rid of these guys. And yes, there's a way for Yoshi to get through all of this. I feel like, though, just because of the part at the end, it's not recommended to do it without Poochie. I guess if you wanted to, you can jump off early at a specific time, which I just did, and maybe save a few frames, but that'll be it. Yeah, so that makes there be 2 sections where Poochie's faster, which is cool, which means the first time we ever use him, we don't even use him at all, we just leave him be. This is another very tricky level to do fast. One way. Interesting, I didn't take damage from him the first time I did that. The hard section was really fast, that's good to know. Again, getting that particular flower doesn't matter. I feel like it only wastes like 1 or 2 seconds. In fact, if you're doing any percent, you probably would have to get that. Anything that's on a slow section, you usually have to get. And you have to get 100 coins and full health in every level. Which makes certain levels very tricky. Yeah. Just because World 2 is kind of short doesn't mean that World 3 will be longer. World 3 is pretty long. World 3 and 4 are probably the shortest. This is one of the many levels where we use our flutter quite a bit. This is the only required pinwheel, and I messed it up already. I don't like that Bill's position. Watch this. Okay. 1 hour mark. My timer was started as accurately as possible, so that means 1 hour in and I'm already halfway done with this particular part. Depending on how well I do, this could be sub 2 hours. If it does sub 2 hours, I'm never attempting this category again. Because I don't really have the time for speedrunning. Maybe in the future, I guess. But, I don't know. You see, I'm mainly here to start a competition. And for other speedrunners to study this. See how much different not having to get all the flowers would work. You think this category would be attempted more than any percent just because you wouldn't have to deal with the pain of getting all the flowers. Well, this level's kind of tough as well. It's the fastest I've ever done that first part. Yes, that's a required wait spot, because that guy is instant death. The lowest you see right there. That's one fast way of doing that, I guess. Please. Okay. Could have been a little bit better, but again, no matter what you do, you have to do some waiting on that, because that guy is instant death, at least in the normal gameplay. Glad I didn't fall off that this time. This is kind of a tricky part to do. Oh, I made him move into a weird spot. I guess that's one way of doing it. I think that was actually a cool strat now that I think of it. That was faster than what I did last time. Keep forgetting the flutter there. But whatever, that... the end was really good. Yeah. I know someone's going to get sub 2, but I'm just wondering if I'm going to be able to get it. So this one's kind of annoying. I have to wait just a few seconds in order for the thing to line up perfectly for me to jump. It's an easy speedrun, but it can be tricky if I mess it up and actually die during it. I'll just skip that one and that one as well, I guess, and hope that saves time. Please get the timer, just to be safe. This part comes really close, but thankfully you get a timer right here. Not sure if going up the top is faster considering you have to wait, so I just did that. Hopefully that works. Okay, now the last areas of World 3. Both of which are really fun to speedrun. The level coming up now, though, is the one I practiced the most out of all of them. So much that I actually did it quite a bit off screen. This, in my opinion, my favorite level to do fast. Mainly because of the trick at the end. You also can't skip the coins, really. It doesn't really help, because you already can't skip the flower in here. Because I don't like doing the coinless strategy, I'm just gonna do this the normal way. Specifically at the end, getting the flower there is technically faster. I found that out by just doing the level over and over again. It's way too high, and I didn't even survive. Again, I have to continue. At least it wasn't in the worst spot, but now I have to farm eggs. Well that's going... Well, now it's obviously a free world record for anybody to take, considering I just literally died there. If I didn't have the checkpoint, I would have died instantly and had to go for a cutscene and then had to go all the way back to the checkpoint. Please. Come on, I need to do better than that. I said this was my favorite level. I can't fail now. Goodness. I need to play better than that. Here it comes. You like that? It's a really good strategy to use. Let's see, I could have saved a whole half a minute if I had not had that death. So it would have been under 209 if I had not had that. I straight up just fell into like the littlest part of the water too. I could have just not done the normal strategy, or I could have gotten the egg throw. That's what I was going for, and I was to get. I still don't care if I get sub 2. I'm not playing this again. I'll let someone else try for themselves. I was trying to get that guy. Goodness, I wasted 5 seconds doing that. If only I just done that, I could have gotten him right away. Goodness. Always when you fail one time, you always fail more afterwards. Nice. Kinda slowed down at the end, but I don't care. As long as I get the slide, I'm perfectly fine. Okay, that was a little bit better. World 3 is done. Still probably on sub 2 pace, but I need to play really well because of a death. It's a silly death too. An early one. I almost never do that. Anybody that gets a perfect run and then avoids that is guaranteed to get world record from me. But it'll be free world record for now, at least. I'm still playing pretty well, though. It's gonna make it kind of hard for someone to beat me. Don't think there was a really way of avoiding that one damage boost, but I could have avoided the one before that. There's probably a way to skip that. In fact, I actually saw someone do it before, but the way you do it is kind of tough. It requires another egg bounce. And you already target the wall, so unless something different is found... Goodness, I nearly messed up. Thank goodness. Oh yeah. Never mind, I already messed up. One time missing eggs. It's really bad. It's not a Yoshi run unless you forget don't have enough eggs for one part. Still okay, but it could have been better. At least I remembered it good. Though I wish I would have remembered it earlier and taken more enemies. That'll instantly make me more aggressive in the next level. Whoops, wrong way. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. That was just me clearing my throat, I guess you can say. Somehow I saved myself there. If you do insta-die here, I believe it is slower. I'd have loved to take no damage, but of course that can't be done. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you could skip all the coins here now that I know the way to do this. And all of this is just to save like a little bit of time. Now obviously since it's the all score, I am already still trying to get all the eggs I can manage, at least for now. Yes, this is just any percent. The levels look so weird without getting the flowers, especially the ones that are already slow to begin with. The guy literally just walked right off and into the spikes. What an idiot. The only thing that can really speed up the any percent part comes at the end. Well, not actual any percent, since you need to get flowers here, so it is at least a little bit tough, but when you're not trying to get all of them, it kind of makes it all kind of disturbingly weird. Okay, good. Well, to fix the other problem I had, I'm going to need to get eggs no matter what. In fact, because of a setup I do, I get max eggs here. I waste a few seconds, but there's a trick I want to make sure I get during the mini-boss fight that saves a ton of time. I just recently started practicing and hopefully I get the fast version of it, but it's very difficult. Come on, I hate that. It's an annoying thing about that is I have to... A lot of these puzzles are required. The only one I really skip is at the very end. I had to practice so many things, like I died to the spikes down there for one time because I got knocked down when they flipped. This is probably the weirdest death I had in a while. Just trying to eat that guy though, please. Doesn't really waste that much time, I guess. That's what I was trying to do on that other one. Yeah, I actually didn't rotate over to the entire right this time like it sometimes makes me do. So this is a slow part right here. It's mainly for the mini-boss. Just for safety, since this is my first run. At least I got the eggs the fast way. That's probably the fastest way you can get them if you do need those at all. Oops. Please, get up there. Wow, so I got that tricky part. and take damage there. But I take damage on an easier part that's not supposed to be there. That's really difficult to do. I had another fail recently at this part. But it was probably the weirdest one I've ever had in a while. I hit the feint, I think, a little too early to blue switch, and it wouldn't move at all. It was really weird. Good. First part. Good second part. There's no way to skip this spike cycle. You're too slow. Good second part is very good second part as well. Here's the tricky part. Okay, I already can't get the maximum trick, but please. Alright, that's whatever. There's no way to avoid this damage boost, but it's fine. Good fight. Okay, good, good, good. Glad I got that. I would have wasted like 2 whole minutes if I didn't get that. Okay. That's probably the hardest fight in the game since you skip the other fights. This mini boss right there. Definitely hardest thing. This one has an annoying yet weird trick and quite a bit of other tricks everywhere. And unfortunately there's no real way of waiting on anything here. Barely worked, but I was a little bit slow. Okay. So this is the interesting part. Right there. I go up to the coins just to be able to do that. As strange as it is, that saves a little bit of time. I found that by just playing the level over and over again. This tricky part's kinda tough. I messed up the last time, so I just did that instead. It was a lot better this time, thank goodness. Another skip, we don't need that feint at all. Oh, I could have kept it going. I was scared I was gonna hit that guy. He's in that planet is in a very annoying location. Rather not risk it. Okay. Ooh, I got both trick skips. This is a really good level so far. Okay, time for this again. Probably not get it. Yeah, just what I thought. So I'm gonna have to do it the slow way. I know the trick for this, but it's kind of tricky. Please, put it in the right spot, Yoshi. I was really good up till that point. Please just get the thing. I turned the wrong way. I was trying to get those enemies, but I don't think I need them anyway. The reason I failed the first run is that the first run was really bad. Oh, I actually got that cycle. I messed it up the first time I did it. I actually got hit by one of the smaller cocks. I'm not sure how that happened, but I'll take this one. Could have been better, but this is a really tricky level anyway. Coming up in a minute or so, because of the way the category is rooted, the next level is actually going to be a complete break for me. It's actually crazy. Of course, I mess up the snake, because why not? Already losing time. Please, don't flutter. Whatever. I think I have a better way of doing that. I actually messed up that strat the first 2 times I did that. I probably should have just done that to begin with. This one's super annoying and requires several egg shots to get. So, yeah, because of the trickiness, I just wait for the snake here. That's a good first part. Get rid of that plant, because he's in an annoying spot. Ooh! That was really bad. So I had to do that. That was just for fun. I don't need that to get up there. Almost got the trick, but I was a little bit too greedy for my eggs. Now I have to wait for the snake. That was still better than I thought, but I could definitely improve that one quite a bit. Alright! Hooray! So assuming I want to save 13 seconds, this is one of the most boring levels ever. I would take a break, but I can't do it at the moment. This one level lasts about 5 minutes or so. Thankfully, it's the last of the World 4, but it's still, it's still really long. Yeah, so normally you get points and stuff, but it wastes so much time, so I'm just gonna literally sit on this part and do nothing. Normally I'd go to the bathroom during this, which I could do pretty easily, but because of the way this thing works, I'm guessing best to not care about it. Oh yeah, there's a strict reason for doing this. If you get any flowers or get any of the points here, you have to wait for the flowers to get added to your total. That wastes time. The only one that doesn't get added to your total automatically is the 20 coin flower, which I already have. So the red coin flower that I already have automatically gets added to my total no matter what. Again, all of these seem so weird considering we're purposely getting a score of 0 to avoid time. For the last minigame, though, we won't be able to do that. Instead, we'll just go straight up for speed. I could hit these things if I wanted to, but right now I just want to give my arms a little break. This level's way more fun than any percent if you want to watch that, just flat out any percent, because you have to get all the flowers here too. It becomes really fun then. This level could be even more fun with 2 players, because if you had 2 players you can probably get everything really easy. I've been trying to hit all the animals, but so far I've never hit these ones up top, so just for fun let's try hit them to make it a little bit less boring. Just as I thought. I'll never get that, it seems like. That was just to retain the margin of boredom, but otherwise back to doing nothing. Because if I do too much, I'm actually gonna lose time, I think. It's not really noticeable, but I do believe it adds up to, I think, about 5 seconds or so. And I need to save every frame, so let's just stay here. And if I stay here for long enough, I think Yoshi's just gonna straight up sleep. Yep, there he is. Take a little nap. Oh, but don't be fooled by this. The very next series of levels are very difficult. If I can do them all perfect, I do believe I am on sub 2 pace. To be fair, my last run was really bad. It had a lot of deaths all over the place and just slow gameplay overall. It's probably why it ended up being a 205. I fixed that now though, so hopefully I can do better. Except for the one major mistake, this run is really good. It's very hard to get a perfect run in most games. It seems easier to get a run here though, since you don't have to get all the flowers, but it still takes a lot of time to do. I practice this a lot off camera. Okay, so right there would normally count up. I think it's more for that at the end to save time, but still, I'm pretty sure it's important to do that. Okay, so this should be the last series of levels, hopefully. At least that's what I'm hoping. I hope I don't have to do the secret runs too, because I don't think it's mentioned that even. I don't care about going slow there because I have to wait on this, because if I get squished here it's actually slower than doing the normal strategy. That's a cool looking strat though. So this cycle's barely makeable and it's based off of the way I do this level. This part I'm really unsure of. Okay. I've been squished by this part before. I'm guessing it's because it's a global cycle. This part's kind of annoying. You have to time a jump there and then wait on that to go all the way through. Wow, how the heck did I not get hit by that? I've been kind of testing strategies on this one, but I didn't really find anything that was good, so I'll just do what I thought of first, which is this, I guess. It's the easiest version of the strategy to do. Ooh, that's the first time I actually got it. There we go, now I don't have to worry about them bumping down the thing. I've tried that a lot off screen, but I've never gotten a particular part before. I'm guessing jumping here is kind of slow, but I do need to do this. That's just way too high for an egg bounce trick to work, even. So I'll just do that. Because of my practice, I have a lot more of a talent than I thought. I could probably still make some small mistakes, not including messing up Mr. Geary, and still get world record. I'm just gonna do this strategy, because waiting on that seems really slow. Could probably get up there without this, but I like doing this instead. I'm not sure if you going down the slow part is faster. The strat I do just doesn't require eggs, I guess. Yeah, this level has quite a bit of feathering in it as well. Barely got up there. Waiting on any star seems kind of slow. I'll just flutter through it instead. Wait just a tiny bit to get more height, and then I guess do that. Okay, so maybe waiting was faster. Pretty good level though so far. There's no way to get a fast jump off of that, so... Very good level. Nice. That, I needed that quite a bit. Still quite a bit of levels to go, but we're alright. This is not technically my first run. I've done several practice runs off screen to prepare for this. I like being practiced up. Just going into a thing isn't good enough. I even did one full practice run, but it was really bad 205, so... So this one is kind of tricky. Probably one of the trickiest levels in this world. Because of that coming up there. So no matter what you do, you have to wait on these guys coming up ahead. There's no way to not wait on them. But depending on where they stop, it seems like, you know, on your movement, you could get through the second part a little bit quicker. And also, I probably could skip that. I completely forgot about it, though, so I'll decide not to. Okay, I got the important part of it at least. They turn from just kind robots to trying to kill you. Oh my goodness. please. I feel like this part in particular goes slightly faster with the meteor activated. Wow, it just instantly triggered and I didn't hear the sound at all. Pretty good level overall. I could see someone going faster if they're able to get eggs in the area, so yeah. In fact, because of the stakes, the run is obviously not perfect. I'm mainly just doing a safety run to get this going. I had a lot of instant deaths here, so let's hope for nothing. You don't actually get the game over screen when you die with a costume on, though. It just takes away one of your points, but it does still waste quite a bit of time. But it's better than dying and wasting even more. I'll just wait. I'll wait here too, because it seems a little faster than doing normal strategies. Goodness, I always cut that super close. Nearly cut it close again, but at least I was able to save it really well this time. Okay. Good so far. Good bounces off those guys. This is the closest one I can get, which means I actually have to wait a little bit. Unless something else is found, I think there's better to just wait and then do this instead. Because if you tried to go without that, it might be very tough. Either that or requires just a very hard trick I'm not willing to do. I could jump to the other one, I just decided to wait this time. That almost always is a damage boost there. Okay, very good level. That's an annoying one I wanted to get out of the way too. I failed quite a bit on this the last time I did this level, so let's try to do better here. Almost every level in this world is pretty hard. And this one I have to wait for this. This is a really interesting skip right here. You don't need an egg at all. It could be a little bit faster, but depending on the way it gets set up, I don't think it's faster at all. Okay, good. I didn't actually go down this time. I forgot This part's kind of confusing when you first play. It's very easy to not know that you have to go up. Sure, there is the arrow, but half the time you don't see it even. Could have potentially done that a little bit better, but that was still really good. I'm doing a slightly safetier version of this strategy here. It still will look cool, but it won't be as cool as what I would do normally. You kind of just bounce off the guys there. That's a really cool strategy to skip that auto score, pretty much all of it. If load times like this were removed, then it would be sub 2 hours pretty easily. At least I'm entering these pretty quick. Alright, the strategy for this is absolutely insane. I don't care about which flowers I get here because I have to focus on going fast on this. This is probably the funnest minigame. Done fast, especially, is really cool to watch. You kind of destroy the opponent cars in this one. First time save is already coming up on this left part. If you were to go all the way on the left, the dude would hit you. You want to avoid all blocks and also make it to the end as soon as possible. Good. That's a tricky part. Whoops. Kind of screwed up the cycle, but whatever. That happened because of what happened before, but could have saved it. I shouldn't have been that greedy though. I also messed up my location, so now the dude's in a different location. He's still trying to get ahead of me. So I guess the one thing about the dummies CPUs is that they always go into the shade at a certain point, so this center part there is on purpose to slow the middle CPU down, because otherwise you would win. Alright, perfect level. I hope that def didn't screw up the sub 2 hour. That was a really bad def. Defless could definitely do sub 2 hour, but yeah. It's also like the dumbest def ever. Thankfully it didn't cost as much time as like what could have happened. Okay, so now I have to remind myself, don't jump over the specific puppets, just walk right into them. Yes, they are puppets, don't ask me why. If done correctly, this could be a really cool level, doing fast. This is yet another part where I added a lot of damage boosts. And another one here. Could potentially go over that, but I still believe that's faster. You could probably skip this bridge, but it's very hard to do. Glad I remembered that. Not what I wanted, but whatever, that'll get me over that guy. That's not as bad as I thought. Okay. Good. Still good, because both of the damage boosts worked out properly. They waste, I believe, a good 5 seconds if you get hit by the axe. That's why I said to myself, just run into the dude, because you don't get bonked as far. Make sure my timer is ready. If it doesn't work, someone could always re-chime it later. Now for the more interesting level to do fast. I couldn't really find a way to do this kind of fast, so this one probably has the most damage boosts out of any level in the entire game, because you literally just trigger the alarm all the time. It's pretty weird for a speedrun to see this. There's probably ways to skip some of them, but most of them are unskippable. I will be trying to skip getting damaged by some enemies, which I did do right there and there, so that was good. But for the most part, it'll just be focusing on speed. That's an unavoidable one, unless I can use eggs, which I'm still not sure about. Guess I'll give it a try at least. Okay. Whatever, let's do that again. Oh, come on. The one part that matters. Actually, wait, I think sub 2 is free. The time I finished that is a lot more, though. It could have been... That was a good 20 seconds lost. Big major mistake in a while. A perfect final level will finish this in sub 2 hour. I need to focus though. That'll be world record regardless of what happens. If it's sub 2s, I'm never doing this category again, because it is kind of tricky. But, of course, to make it more challenging, this level is the most intense out of any level. Both boss and other stuff. The boss is pretty easy, though. This is another interesting strategy I learned as well. I'm gonna actually try to skip that. Ooh, I actually got it! That's my first time ever going for that. I think it's more cool points though, because you have to wait for those no matter what you do. It's still nice to get. So there are a couple of parts here where we have to wait on them no matter what we do. Good first part. I'm just gonna wait on this. It's either wait or take a damage boost. I don't like either of them, so I'm gonna do it this way. Told you there'd be a lot of those. Nice, I skipped that one at least. Alright, we're in there, boys! Just gotta do this fight. And the first two hits are pretty simple to do. Got it. There it is, boys! All front sides, any percent, world record, 158.32. Wasn't a best run, but it was better than my other run. Definitely a lot more skilled than I thought I was going to be. So there it is, 158.32. That is your new world record for this category. Wow. That was cool. Okay. Free world record for now. At least it's a pretty good one. This will be pretty tough to beat.